Hello, everyone. Welcome to Behind the Mic. I'm Gary Laubach, along with Mike Joseph. Glad you are with us. And again, the invitation is out there for our 6 o'clock ball game against Wagner right here at Fisher Stadium on Saturday. The game, of course, will be on GoLeopards.com, but it will also be on the Lafayette Sports Network. And Mike, we always look back before we look ahead. A great first half by our football team down at William & Mary, not so great second half. And it seemed to be all about adjustments that were totally unexpected. I mean, their quarterback ran the ball much like R.J. Noel did against us from Sacred Heart, but that was unexpected. He came in with a minus 35 yards. And you were a former coach. You went into the locker room at halftime. It's tough to prepare for something that you're not ready to see because they haven't shown it.
Well, I think you're exactly right. I mean, I don't think anybody in the entire stadium expected that. Coming into the game, we were more worried about, obviously, the running back and their powerful running game. I think it was more a question of them coming out and saying, listen, we're going to get back in this game and we're going to do it possession by possession. But I don't think you can fault anybody on the defensive side of the ball for not thinking Kluwe could run. But he showed the ability to run, and he took full advantage of it.
Yeah, no question about it, and we've got a good team coming in here on Saturday in Wagner. Currently 1-2. Don't let that really warrant the way you think about this football team. One of the losses to Florida International is a step up. They're not an FCS team, they're an FBS team. They did beat Georgetown, which will give us a little bit of an indication maybe how good we are in terms of the Patriot League. They beat Georgetown 21-3. They lost to Monmouth 2 weeks ago, 21-15. Last week, head coach Walt Hamline married his daughter off, so they had a bye week. He was very busy with that wedding. A bye week, I think, helps any football team, and obviously they've had 2 weeks now to look at Lafayette, get ready for Lafayette, get everybody healthy. That's not so good for us.
Not good for us. A bye week, like you said, helps everybody, and it not only helps you obviously get prepared, but it helps you get healthy. And I think a couple of their guys were banged up a little bit after that FIU game, and getting healthy is one thing, but having 2 weeks to prepare for any team and having a couple games on film really is an advantage, I think, for them. Coach Hamline is a terrific coach. He's going to have his guys ready to go. They have a few FBS transfers on their team, so Lafayette's going to have to handle probably the best nose guard they're going to see. They got some very good skill position players, some good tall wide receivers, and maybe Matt Smalley might not go this week, so that might be an advantage for them as well. So Lafayette's going to have to play 4 full quarters. How do they do that? Be consistent. They got to be consistent in the running game. Ross Sherman, this offense, we started in the beginning of the year, this offense runs through Ross Sherman. Doesn't run through Drew Reed. It runs through Ross Sherman. You get that going, everything else comes off of that.
This is the third Northeast Conference team that we will have faced already this early in the football season. And I find it interesting when you look at our 3 games, when we grab momentum, for a game and a half, we've had momentum and we've looked terrific. For a game and a half, we haven't had momentum and we haven't looked good at all. I think it's extremely important we get off to a great start on Saturday.
And hopefully it starts like it did 2 weeks ago with some turnovers. We didn't really get any turnovers last week, but the week before we had those 3 interceptions what got us going defensively, and it really allowed us, like you're talking about, to dictate offense. And when you're ahead, you don't have to, it's not a big problem if you have to punt the football and maybe transfer field position. But when you're behind the sticks and you have to really take advantage of every series of plays that you have and you're limited, you're really setting yourself up for disaster.
Well, Mike and I will be here at 6 o'clock to bring you live coverage of the football game. You can be here too. Come over to Fisher Stadium and watch the football game. If not, then join us for the broadcast. This has been Behind the Mic. We'll see you again next week.